And like I said, when he puts his head where you want him, don't be afraid to just give him a little more rein. And when you want him to slow down or you feel him speed up, just kind of sit back and bump, bump, hand, hand. Right rein, left rein. See what I mean? Yep. Inside leg moves him out, outside leg brings him in. Sit back, bump, bump. And then when he puts his head down, give him a little bit of a release. And ask him to stop. Yep, and then ask him to back up a couple steps. Yep, sit back, quiet hands, soft. And then go ahead and take him the other way. And think about your seat more than your hands. Your hands are to help guide. Your legs are to put your horse where you want him to go. So less trying to force him through his face and just kind of give him the benefit of the doubt, set him up, and then ask him to move over. And like I said, don't be afraid to ride him with some leg on. That way, a lot of times people get in trouble because they ride their horse leg off. So when they put their leg on, what happens? Their horse is like, ah, go! You know what I mean? Where if you ride with more contact, you use that inside leg to help move them over. You use that outside leg to help keep them off the rail. When you do put your leg to increase speed, they don't panic and push through it. So you have a horse like him who tends to be a little more sensitive. If you rode him leg off and then put leg on, he's going to think it's automatically go, right? So go ahead and ask him to trot. Now see how now that you're starting to relax, he's just driving himself into the trot instead of lunging into the trot. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning, boss, that's a little excessive. When you would ask him to go, you'd feel him kind of tuck his butt and push into it. You know what I mean? Where now that you're not so nervous and you're relaxed, you're just driving him into it and he's more comfortable. And the same thing, you want to make sure, like as we go into another faster gait, one thing is you want to make sure to sit out on your horse. If you drop in, you're going to encourage the wrong canter lead. So you just kind of want to put weight on that outside butt cheek, and you kiss and drive with your hips. So you drive him into the canter. And he should pick up his leads. He does so very well in here. Oh, that was intimidating. That was there the whole time, and apparently it's scary. So you want to ask him to trot first. Yeah, make him just a little bit shorter, just because he does like to pick his head up a little bit. The big thing too is look where you're going. And you literally should be able to drive him with just a kiss and a push with your hip, and just touch him with that outside leg to encourage the inside canter lead. Make sure to look where you're going. See what I mean? Less is more.
Yep.
Looking where you're going. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Don't try to get too far forward. Drive with your hips. And sit and ask him to stop. And then back him up. Release. Yep. Ask. Back. Release. There. We'll try the other canter lead now. Yep. And don't lean so far. trust that leg to help bring him. Don't get forward. And now keep in mind, when you use that leg, you have to have your other leg off of him. You have to give him space to go. So like if I'm using my left leg, my right leg is off my horse, so they have an open door of where they need to go. The tree. Oh, and then yep.
That was my fault.
Little too much.
Yep.
Like I said, he's very sensitive and we've got him very light. So less is more. And make sure with his face that there is a release. There, see how he drops his head when you give him a release? If you hang on him, he likes to open his jaw and brace at the pull, where if you just trust him and give him his rein, he'll just settle in and drop his head. And same thing, when you're asking for this canter, you want to have a little bit of weight to the outside of your circle. You want to kiss and drive with your hips. Look where you're going. And again, just trust him. Good. Whoops, sit back.
What was that? The branch?
No, it's just like with him, he tends to be a little more sensitive. So if you get all kittywampus.
Release myself to
Yeah.
get out of the tree and
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yep. So then, of course, we have to fix it.
No worries.
And like I said, everything's acting goosey today. It's cooler. Like,
We're like, yeah, and everyone else is like, what's going on?
like everything I have worked today has had some emotional problems. Yeah, just some emotional problems.
Right.
And it's some that like shouldn't have emotional problems or haven't had emotional problems. Yeah, well, like, yeah. I mean, it's everyone, but this is a drastic change in temperature because it's like 20 degrees cooler than what it's been. Isn't that nice? Because when he first got him, he was hollow backed and he was like, that's where I was saying with like that little buckskin or that little dun that we have, he's riding so ewe-necked and stuff. I'm like, no, let's wait. Let's get him contact, and because that's what I did with him, was really work on side reining and getting him soft. Problems, horse problems. But you can see, like, I've got him to where if you just release with your hands, he just settles right in and he travels nice and he's carrying himself from the back end. And he'll jog slow, he'll go into extended trot, he's got his canter leads down and he's not cross-firing anymore, so that's nice.
What bit you have on?
A junior cow horse. Just leverage if you need it, but you don't really. And then again, make sure to look where you're going and trust him. Yep. And see, you were more relaxed that time, and he's more relaxed that time. Don't let him break down. And then go ahead and sit. Literally stop riding. And just whoa. And then back him up. And remember, get him back, release, and then ask for it again. There you go, release. All right. Isn't he neat how like you can literally just kind of set him where you want him to go and think about it and he just goes?
Again, this is a 5-year-old. It's a young horse. Pulling that away. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It does not